Hello, everyone. Um, where you're at right now, you don't. I think you really feel like you're not okay, right? Like you don't. You kind of feel like you're not here, right? Nine of Cups are very independent. Like you have like the cups lined up on the wall behind, right? It's you have all these cups. You have all this emotional fulfillment, kind of in the background. Um, like you know it's there. You're confident about it. You're sitting. You're not having to sit in the energy. You just know it's there. You know you have it. Um, but you're not feeling that way. Um, Something's kind of getting in the way of you feeling that. Um, and I think it's just you're very in your emotions, right? You're very in your emotions. Um, I think you're overthinking a lot. That's what I would see with this. You're overthinking a lot. Um, with the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords of what needs to be cut out, right? The Four of Swords is about rest, meditation, reflection, right? It's saying you're indulging in this, right? You're thinking too much about things. You're putting too much importance um, on reflection, right? Um, because I think if you stopped doing this and really felt how you feel about your life, and what you have and what you're moving towards, right? And what your values are, I think you would realize you're okay, right? Like everything's okay. Um, I've had a lot of experience with this, for sure. Um, Even some experience with it lately. Um, it kind of seems like something that's just been coming back up. Um, and you're just being reminded, right? Like, you are this. Like, you are wish fulfillment. You are the Empress. You are amazing, and um, you're amazing and sexy and beautiful, and like you deserve the world, right? And you are the world. Like you are this wish fulfillment. Um, you have a lot of value. You have a lot of worth, um, and I think you're questioning that because you're in this overthinking, because you're in this maybe just a little bit of an imbalance, right? You're probably a very emotional person. Um, you probably feel very deeply, um, and that's an amazing gift. Um, it's an amazing gift, and people will try to tell you that you should stop caring so much, that you should stop feeling so deeply. Um, I don't think you should. Um, I think it's a beautiful thing to be able to do. Um, because while minor things may cause great emotional upset, also minor things create great happiness, great joy, right? You can get very excited about little things, which is a very attractive and a very beautiful energy to be around, right? Um, and the thing is, you have both, right? You have those upsets and you have those moments of great joy, right? From little things in both directions. Um, and you probably have a lot of triggers. You probably have a lot of things that set you off. Um, but you probably also see a lot of good in the world, and little things can make you very happy, right? Which is a very attractive thing, which I think is why you're being reminded, right? Like, you are this. You are this. You bring a lot of value and light and happiness to the world, just by being yourself. And maybe this energy is you overthinking, like thinking you have to change something about yourself. You've probably had people in your past tell you you're too much, that how you show up in the world is wrong, right? That no one can accept it, that no one will love it, right? This is a thing too, like from childhood especially. A lot of parents will dampen their kids and don't really let them be kids, right? And it creates this sense of like, oh, I'm not allowed to have fun. Oh, I'm not allowed to feel good. Oh, I have to be quiet. I have to sit and wait until I'm talked to. I have to sit and wait, right? And that's what this Four of Cups is about, right? Sitting and waiting out of a place of like fear, right? Sitting and waiting out of a place of fear, right? That fear that you're not enough, fear that you're doing something wrong, fear that you're not enough, right? Which you are enough. You are. I think someone's going to show you that, right? Kind of this came out in the what is inevitably going to happen, right? King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, a stable, safe offer from a King of Wands, right? And then you have the Knight of Chalices too, which is a fast-moving emotional energy, right? I think someone's going to show up with a lot of passion. Like, they're going to have a lot of passion for you, but they're going to make a safe offer, right? They're going to start small and safely, right? And the emotions will kind of move them, right, along. And it'll move you along, too. Because you are you feel very deeply, right? You will be moved by emotions by whoever this person is, right? And they'll be moved by theirs. With the best possible outcome being this, right? Emotional maturity, diplomacy, an ability to understand another perspective, right? I think whatever this is will probably be triggering. Maybe it already is triggering. Maybe that's where you're at right now. It's probably very triggering. But the King of Cups would be someone who could see that, right? They could see that without you having to explain it, right? They could see that without you having to like blow up. They could see that without you having to crash out, right? They could see how they're affecting you without you having to over-explain it or be really vulnerable or, do things, give too much of yourself, right? They won't need to know the reason, but they can see how they're affecting you, and if they really care about you and want something to succeed, they will try to figure out how to stop doing that, how to stop triggering you, how to stop, how to make something feel safe again, right? Because you are very protective, right? You're very protective over yourself. You're very protective over your peace. You're very, right? I think that's why you turn to this energy, right? This stillness, this stillness, this contemplation, right? I think you are leaning on it a little bit too much, right? And you're in your own head, and you're paused when you really don't have to be, right? When you should be pouring into yourself and pouring into other things that you love, right? If this is something that's currently in your life, right? Instead of thinking about the connection and everything that's going on with it, right? 11:05. Instead of sitting there and thinking about the connection and what's going wrong, what you don't like, whatever, yada yada. Sit with how you feel about it, right? Accept that, accept how you feel about it, and move forward from there, right? If you want to take a step back, take a break, stop pouring into it, stop, stop giving. If you need to take a step back and have a breather, do it, right? If you need to focus on something else for a while, do it, right? You have the ability, right? You know what you want. You know what you deserve. You know what you're capable of, right? You know what you've been through. You know what you've done. You know what you won't accept, right? You know that you are this. You know you are abundance personified, right? You know you add to people's lives. You leave things better than they started, right? You always leave people better than how you found them. Even if they're heartbroken for a little bit, even if, right, it hurts when you leave, when you've had to leave, you always leave them better than you found them, right? And I think this has very much been your intention, right? You've always wanted to make the world a better place. You've always wanted to help people see their own potential, right? To see what they're capable of, right? And I think you've done that. I think you've been doing that. I think you've been doing that. And you deserve someone who will hold space for you, who can see you, who can understand you, who can communicate with you, who can stand next to you in these like emotional exchanges, right? Who can be an equal in these emotional exchanges, right? Who brings something to the table emotionally, right? Because you obviously are very versed in emotion, right? You obviously are very versed in emotion. It kind of seems like what you do. It kind of seems like your safe space, right? It's where you feel most comfortable, right? My advice would be do what makes you comfortable right now. Do what makes you feel good right now. Do what lights you up inside right now. Don't worry about this connection. Just don't worry about it. it will work out. One way or another, it will work out, and you will be okay because you are already everything that you need. I'm going to leave this one there. I hope this helped you, and see you in the next one.